Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to take you along with me in one of the videos that I'm making in my series called Day in the Life. I got inspired by Sophia of My Great Challenge, and if you don't know who she is, you may want to go check her out, and I'll put her card right here. And I do have a small cooking video in here. It's only about 2 minutes long, and I got that from Tammy of Collard Valley Cooks. And if you don't know who she is, I'll put her card right here as well. Now, these projects that I'm doing are just the small things that come along with a big project, like this big home renovation. These are just things that you keep kicking down the road and just say, I'll get to it later, or that can wait. But these are projects that I already have all the materials for because things are really expensive. I'm holding off on purchasing anything from the big box stores or any hardware place. So what I'm going to do is just tie up these little loose projects, and I'm glad that you're here with me, and I hope you enjoy the ride. This is mozzarella. We'll do 2 cups of that. Well, just because they're delicious. You want me to prove? No? He says no. Okay. So to start with, we'll toss them all in the pan. Okay, my air conditioner kicked on, but I wanted to give you a quick tip. When you get through washing your dishes, wash your sink, but never, ever, ever use the sponge that you use to wash your dishes. Just don't do it. Go get another sponge and keep them separated. Now, this one is time for a change. It's been, I change mine every 2 weeks, so it's time for this one to go, but I reuse them out in my garden and when I'm working on projects. So I'm gonna scrub out my sink and then dry it out. And then I'm gonna hand dry my dishes, because leaving them out on the sink, you walk around, you kick up dust, it lands right back on your dishes. Just not a good idea. So wash your sink when you're done. So excuse the air conditioner, there's really nothing I can do about it except wait for it to go off, but then. So when you wash your sink, especially if you have a stainless steel, you need to be careful about what kind of sponges you use. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. You've got nice stainless steel sinks. Do not use the yellow Scotch-Brite. Do not use those. Those will scratch your stainless steel. These will not. I use these like if I want to clean something like, let's say grills from the stove or the oven or the outdoor grill. Don't use these. Use these. Now this one is the one I use for my dishes, but I change out my sponge every 2 weeks, and in between I microwave my sponges fully soaked in water for 1.5 minutes in the microwave after each use. And don't just use dish detergent to clean your sink. You know, I cook for other people, and I'm sure if someone was cooking for you, you'd want them to use something that's a little bit stronger and that kills germs. So I use soft scrub with bleach, and it does not scratch your sink, because this is a brand new sink and I wouldn't risk it. So clean your sink. Okay, I am in my breezeway right now. This eventually will be where I do all of my gardening, because I'll have my seed, my seed trays, I'll have my pots, my soil, everything, all my tools will all be in here. I will have, I don't know if I'm going to end up having air conditioning or just let it be just outdoor air with a good breeze, because I call this my breezeway because the wind is always blowing in here, and it's really, really nice to sit out here in the spring and fall, because you know I hate the heat. But also it has my utility sink. It's probably one of my better investments, because I can just do whatever I want to in here and not have to worry about germs or mud or anything like that. Now this is the diffuser that I took down, that you saw me take down, and as you can see, it's pretty bad. You saw how it got in my mouth. It was pretty gross. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean it, and I'm going to try to take this paint off of it, but this is an original. They don't even make this size anymore. And they come close. This size, I mean the inside, the damper, this is your damper, they do, but this size they don't, and I don't want to have to do any ceiling repair. And I cannot get this off. I have tried unscrewing it, and it just gets to where it just turns in one spot. And So I will have to manually set the damper, which is fine. It's just me here. And I'll just manually set it to where I want and put it back up in there. But this needs to be cleaned, so let's get this thing soaking. Now, all that loveliness was what was inside of this damper, this diffuser. Now, I don't think it's 100% clean, in my opinion, because I still have these little grooves right here, which I sprayed with some vinegar to kill the mold spores, but I'm going to go ahead and just get the color out of it with some bleach. Down in the mechanism, as you can see, I don't know if the camera will show, but there is some mold down in there. And so this is, like I said, had vinegar on it. So I'm going to go ahead and just hit it with some bleach just to get the black out. But it's a lot better than it was for being, I don't know, 40 years old, 30, 40 years old. So let me do that, and then we'll go back inside and see what else we can get. Tape all the damper part off and just spray paint this, because I think that's all it needs. So let's get some paint stripper on here, and I'm going to put some paper towels around it so I don't get paint stripper down on the damper. There we go. There we go. Okay, let's bring it over here. Okay, I'm sure you remember this early in the video. I put the paint stripper on it, and that's about as much action as I got. So it may have lifted it a little bit in some areas, but overall it failed me as a paint stripper. So I'm going to wash it, sand it as best I can, spray paint it, and be done with it. And it's been a few hours, and I am going to be using this Rust-Oleum Painter's Touch 2-in-1. Now this is the coverage is 1 can equals 2. So I'm not sure if you can see that. Let me see what you're looking at. It's about to start storming here, so the lighting is not that good. So I'm going to go ahead and just spray this. I've already shaken it, and here we go. Okay, I am in my bathroom, and I'm about to put up this diffuser. As you can see, now you know why this air vent needs a diffuser, because I mean it'll blow dry your hair for you. Here you go. I don't know if I actually have the footage of me taking this down, cleaning it, and spray painting it. But this is temporary until I get in my mini split system. But as you can tell, it really needs it. The damper is broken. Well, not broken. It still functions, but not as well as it used to. But I couldn't find one that actually would fit the hole in this. See, it won't open. Yeah, so I can turn this all day. It's just not going to work. So I'm going to have to manually adjust this. I have to do this manually. There we go. And put it back up. This bow tie. This was a pain to put in. Take out, so I'm sure it's going to be a pain to put back in. The fan blade's in the way, so I've got to line up these holes. And that's that one. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay, so let me go get my camera. Listen to me. Let me go get my flashlight, and that way I can see where the holes are if I need to kind of just finagle it a little bit. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. All right, I think I'm going to need to line that up just a little bit differently. So I'm going to have to turn it somehow. And that's not going to work. I don't think I can turn it. If I could get this thing off, if I could get this part off, it'd be great. Woo, be careful. If I could get that part off, everything would be fine, but I can't get it off. Now this ceiling, what I'm going to do with it is I'm going to shiplap it. Someone just talked me into it, so I'm not even going to worry about getting it. Where is it? Right here. Okay. To do shiplap on the ceiling. So that's one project done.